Now let's move on to the fifth part of the algebra module, which is word problems in algebra. First, we have an age problem. Bob's age was thrice the age of Alice 3 years ago. Now Bob is twice as old as Alice. How old is Alice now? Let set B to be the current age of Bob and A to be the current age of Alice. So, we will get this system of linear equations. Yung first equation, B minus 3 is equal to 3 times the quantity of A minus 3. Galing siya dun sa first sentence na nagsasabi na 3 years ago daw, yung age ni Bob ay 3 times sa age ni Alice. Tapos, yung second equation, B is equal to 2A. Galing siya dun sa second sentence na sinasabi na ngayon daw, doble nung age ni Alice, yung age ni Bob. So, first, let's distribute muna yung 3 doon sa right-hand side, doon sa mga nakaparenthesis. So, magiging 3a minus 9 yung sa right-hand side. Tapos, galing dun sa second equation ng system, we know na b is equal to 2a. So, pwede nating palitan ng 2a yung b. So, magiging 2a minus 3 is equal to 3a minus 9. And then, let's just subtract 2a from both sides. So, mawawala na yung 2a dun sa kaliwa. Na magiging a na lang yung sa kanan. And then, finally, let's add 9 to both sides para ma-isolate yung a. And so, yung left-hand side magiging negative 3 plus 9 is equal to 6. So, a is equal to 6. And so, 6 years old ngayon si Alice. Now, let's move on to a coin problem. There are 20 coins in a box. Some are 1 peso coins, while the rest are 5 peso coins. If the total value of the coins in the box is 72 pesos, how many 5 peso coins are there? So let's set x to be the number of 5 peso coins. And so, yung mga natira, 20 minus x, ayun na yung 1 peso coins. Na-note na yung value ng 5 peso coins. Yung total value nila ay equal sa 5 times x. And yung total value ng mga piso ay 20 minus x times 1. And i-add natin sila sa isa't isa and then equate them to 72 kasi 72 daw yung total value ng coin sa box. And dito, tinims lang natin yung 1 dun sa 20 minus x, which is just also 20 minus x. And we combine like terms dun sa left-hand side. Naging 4x, yung 5x minus x. And then we subtract 20 from both sides. Kaya naging 52 dun sa right-hand side. Then we divide both sides by 4. And now we have x is equal to 13. So there are 13 5 peso coins doon sa box. Now let's try solving a number problem. 4 consecutive integers add up to 46. What is the largest of these integers? Let's set x to be the largest of these integers. So since nagsimula tayo dun sa pinakamalaki, kailangan mag-minus tayo ng tig 1 bawat step. So, x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. And then, ipag-a-add natin sila, kunin natin yung total, and equate it to 46. Tapos, let's combine like terms sa left-hand side. And we will get 4x minus 6. And then we add 6 to both sides. 4x is equal to 52. Divide both sides by 4. And we will get x is equal to 13. Now we have an investment problem. A man invested some of his 25,000 peso savings at 8% annual interest and the rest at 5% annual interest. After 1 year, he earned a total of 1,520 pesos in interest. How much did he invest at 5% annual interest? When answering investment problems, we must remember that principal times rate is equal to the interest income. So now let's try to solve this problem. Let's set x to be the amount na in-invest niya sa 5%. And yung natira, 25,000 minus x, yun yung in-invest niya sa 8%. Now, remember the formula. So, yung interest na na-earn niya sa 5% ay equal sa 0.05 times x. And yung interest na na-earn niya doon sa 8% ay equal sa 8 8% or 0.08 times the quantity of 25,000 minus x. And ipag-add natin sila and equate doon sa total na interest na nakuha niya, which is 1,520 pesos. Here, we just distribute the 0.08 doon sa naka-parenthesis. Tapos, i-combine yung like terms, and subtract 2,000 from both sides. Kaya nagkaroon ng negative 480 dun sa kanan. Divide both sides by negative 0.03. And we get x is equal to 16,000. So, 16,000 pesos yung ininvest niya sa 5%. Now, let's answer a mixture problem. How many kilograms of rice, which sells at 20 pesos per kilo, must be mixed with rice, which sells at 30 pesos per kilo, to make a 100 kilo mixture, which sells at 24 pesos per kilo? So, let's set x to be the amount of kilos of 20 peso rice, and yung natira, 100 minus x kilos ng 30 pesos rice. So, yung total price nung mixture natin ay 100 times 24. Kasi 24 per kilo yung gusto natin and 100 kilos yung total. Dapat equal siya dun sa sum nung price nung total price nung 20 peso rice and yung total price nung 30 peso rice. So, yung price nung 20 pesos rice na total ay 20 times x. And yung sa 30 peso rice ay 30 times the quantity of 100 minus x. And distributing yung 30 dun sa naka-parenthesis, we get this. Then we combine like terms dun sa left-hand side, yung 20x minus 30x. Kaya naging negative 10x. And then we subtract 3,000 from both sides na rin. Kaya naging negative 600 yung sa kanan. Divide both sides by negative 10 and we get x is equal to 60. So, 60 kilos yung amount ng 20 pesos rice na kailangan natin para sa mixture na to. Now, let's answer a mixture problem that involves chemicals naman. How much water should be added to 20 liters of a solution that is 30% alcohol in order to turn it into a solution that is 20% alcohol? So, let's set x to be the amount of water na ilalagdag natin. So, note na hindi naman talaga nagbago yung amount ng alcohol, nagbago lang yung concentration niya. So, nung una raw, 30% lang siya nung solution. So, 0.3 times 20 yung amount ng alcohol. And equal siya doon sa 20% times 20% nung bagong solution. So, 0.2 times the quantity of 20 plus yung dinagdag na x. So, yung left-hand side, in-evaluate lang natin 6. And yung right-hand side, dinistribute yung 0.2. So, naging 4 plus 0.2x. Subtract 4 from both sides. Divide both sides by 0.2 and you get x is equal to 10. So, 10 liters ng tubig yung ilalagdag. So now let's talk about motion problems. When answering motion problems, it is important to remember this formula. Rate or speed times time is equal to the distance. Some people like to remember this triangle. So may D sa taas, tapos SD sa baba. So D stands for distance, S stands for speed, and T stands for time. So kung ano yung hinahanap nila, tatakpan nila. Kunwari speed. So tatakpan yung S, and makikita mo na lang D over T. So distance over time. Or kunwari hinahanap yung distance. So tatakpan mo yung D, makita mo magkatabi yung ST. So speed times time. Now let's look at one example of motion problem. Alice walks along the road, starting from the leftmost end, while Bob does the same, but starting from the rightmost end. Alice is walking at 4 kilometers per hour, while Bob is walking at 6 kilometers per hour. After 30 minutes, they meet. How long is the road in kilometers? So, ganito yung itsura. Naglakad si Alice from the left, and si Bob naman from the right, and somewhere along the road, nag-meet sila after 30 minutes. And so, yung total na nilakad ni Alice plus yung total na nilakad ni Bob ay equal doon sa length ng kalsada. So, let's make this table. Note na given yung rate nila Alice at Bob. Kay Alice ay 4 kilometers per hour. Kay Bob ay 6 kilometers per hour. Tapos yung time, pareho silang 30 minutes. Pero note na gusto nating i-multiply yung rate sa time para makuha yung distance. And so, gusto nating mag-cancel yung units ng time, yung minutes, kaya R, para kilometers na lang yung matira. Kaso hindi magka-cancel yung minutes sa R. So, i-convert natin yung minutes into R. So, 30 minutes ay kalahating oras or 0.5 hour. And now, let's compute for the distances they traveled. So, 5 times lang yung rate sa time. So, 4 times 0.5 ay 2 kay Alice. Tapos kay Bob naman, 6 times 0.5 is equal to 3. And now, we add them para makuha yung length ng kalsada. So, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So, 5 kilometers yung kalsada. Now, let's look at a different kind of motion problem. Andrew ran from the house to the school in a rate of 5 miles per hour. Johnny left the house 15 minutes later on a car which ran 30 miles per hour on average, following the same path as Andrew. How many minutes must he drive before catching up to Andrew? Again, we make a table. So, yung kay Andrew, 5 miles per hour yung rate niya. Kay Johnny, 30 miles per hour. Pero note na minutes yung gusto nating makuhang unit sa final answer. So, i-convert natin tong R sa baba. So, paano natin gagawin yun? Mag-multiply tayo ng 1 hour over 60 minutes. Note na equal yung 1 hour saka 60 minutes. So, basically, hindi naman magbabago yung value nila actually. But, mag-iiba ng units. So, magka-cancel yung R and magkakaroon ng 60 minutes sa baba. And so, it 5 miles over 60 minutes, tapos 30 miles over 60 minutes, that would be equal to 1 over 12 miles per minute, tapos 1 half miles per minute. Tapos yung time, hindi natin alam kung gaano katagal nag-drive si Johnny. And ayun din yung hinanap natin. So let's just set that to be x. And kay Andrew naman, ang alam lang natin na time niya ay 15 minutes siyang mas maaga. So, ang total time niya ay x plus 15. Note na pareho lang sila ng pinagmulan saka pinuntahan, and same path lang din naman yung dinaanan nila. So, equal yung distance nila. So, pwede natin i-equate yung distances nila. And ano ba yung distance nila? Yung rate times time nila. Pwede natin i-equate yun. So, yung kay Andrew, ito yung nasa left-hand side. 1/12 times x plus 15. Tapos yung kay Johnny, x times 1 half. Tapos, dito, we just multiplied both sides by 12 para matanggal yung mga fraction. So, magiging x plus 15 na lang dito sa kaliwa, tapos sa kanan, magiging 6x. Subtract x from both sides and divide both sides by 5. So, we get x is equal to 3. So, 3 minutes lang siya nag-drive bago niya naabutan si Andrew. Now, let's look at yet another type of motion problem, which is a round trip problem. Zachary walked to his friend's house to borrow his bicycle. It took him 45 minutes. He rode the bicycle back home and he recorded the speed to be 75 kilometers per hour. And it only took 20 minutes. In kilometers per hour, what was his speed when walking? So let's make a table again. So sa walking, saka sa cycling. So sa walking, hindi natin alam. Sa cycling, alam natin. Sa walking, 45 minutes. Sa cycling, 20 minutes. And alam natin na same lang yung distance since galing siya sa bahay, tapos papunta sa bahay ng friend niya, and galing siya sa friend niya, pupunta sa bahay niya. So, same distance lang. Again, we convert this time kasi yung sa rate natin per hour. So, gawin natin yung 45 minutes, gawin natin 3/4 hour. And 20 minutes, 1/3 hour. So, kagaya nung kanina, i-equate lang natin yung rate times time ng walking. Tapos, sa rate times time ng cycling. Here, yung right-hand side, in-evaluate lang. And then, we multiply 4/3 para matira na lang yung x. So, that's x is equal to 100 over 3. So, around 33.333 something. And that's his speed when walking. Now, let's answer a work problem. Ashlyn can assemble a cabinet in 3 hours, while Gregoria can do it in 5 hours. How many hours should they work together if they want to assemble a cabinet? So let's make a table again. So Kung 3 hours kaya ni Ashlyn mag-assemble ng cabinet, edi sa isang oras, one-third ng cabinet yung kaya niya gawin. Kung si Gregoria, 5 hours yung tinitake niya para makagawa ng isang cabinet, sa isang oras, one-fifth ng cabinet yung nagagawa niya. And together, we don't know actually. Let's set it to be 1 over x cabinet per hour. And so, we have sa isang oras, ang nagagawa nila together ay one-third plus one-fifth, which is equal doon sa 1 over x na sinet natin. Here, we find the LCD, which is 15. And so, yung one-third magiging 5 over 15. And yung one-fifth magiging 3 over 15. So, magiging 5 plus 3 yung numerator. We add them and we get 8 over 15 is equal to 1x. And para makuha natin yung x, we just get the reciprocal of both sides. Note na x yung hinahanap talaga natin kasi ang hinahanap natin ay how many hours yung kailangan nila para makagawa ng cabinet. And yung 1 over x ay cabinet per hour. So, ang reciprocal nun ay hours per cabinet. Let's look at another work problem. Jonathan can paint a small house in 2 days while Martin can paint 2 small houses in 3 days. How many days will it take the both of them to paint 5 small houses? So, kay Jonathan, 1/2 lang ng isang araw kaya niyang i-paint per day. Kay Martin, 2/3. Together, hindi natin alam. Let's just set it to be 1 over x of a house per day. So, ipag-add natin yung kaya gawin ni Jonathan in 1 day and yung kaya i-paint ni Martin in 1 day and equate it to 1 over x. So, we have 1/2 plus 2/3 is equal to 1 over x. Tapos, let's combine this fraction. So, papalitan natin yung numerator nung yung denominator, papalitan natin. Gagawin natin yung least common multiple nung 2 and 3. So, 6. And then, yung 1/2 magiging 3/6 siya. And yung 2/3 magiging 4/6 siya. Kaya may 3 plus 4 dito. Then, we just add yung mga nasa numerator. And then, we get the reciprocal of both sides to get x. So, we have x is equal to 6 over 7. Kasi yung x, remember, ito lang yung days na tinitake nila to paint one house. And remember, we want to paint 5 small houses. So, i-multiply pa natin siya sa 5. So, 5x is equal to 30 over 7. So, it will take them 30 over 7 days or 4 and 2/7 of a day to paint 5 small houses. And that's all. That is the end of the algebra module. Thank you so much for watching.